At a busy downtown construction site, workers gathered early as the sun rose behind the steel framework of a new skyscraper. Among them was Derek Miles, a hard-working black construction worker who had spent years mastering his craft. Quiet and humble, Derek was respected by his crew for his dedication and skill. But when Ethan Clark, a newly hired site engineer with a degree and an inflated ego, arrived, things began to change. Ethan looked down on the laborers, especially Derek, believing his education made him superior. He mocked Derek's work, calling him just another guy with a hammer, and often corrected him in front of everyone. Even when Derek was right, one morning, while the team was setting steel beams, Derek calmly pointed out a measurement error in Ethan's blueprint that could cause structural instability. Instead of thanking him, Ethan exploded. "You think you know more than an engineer?" he barked, laughing loud enough for everyone to hear. "Stick to carrying tools, not giving advice." The crew fell silent, embarrassed for Derek. But Derek only nodded and continued his work, choosing dignity over pride. What Ethan didn't know was that the quiet worker he'd just humiliated wasn't who he thought he was. A few days later, the company's board of directors arrived for an unannounced inspection. Among them was Mr. Derek Miles Sr., the newly appointed major shareholder and co-owner of the construction firm. Ethan's face turned pale when the same worker he'd been belittling stepped forward to greet them now, wearing a suit instead of his safety vest. Derek had been working undercover, assessing site performance and worker behavior after several complaints about discrimination. When the board gathered everyone in the yard, Derek's voice carried over the crowd. "A true engineer builds respect before buildings," he said firmly. "And those who tear others down have no place in this company." He then turned to Ethan, his eyes cold but calm. "You're fired." The workers erupted in applause as Ethan stood speechless, his arrogance collapsing faster than the tower he almost ruined. From that day, Derek's leadership transformed the site. He promoted fairness, equality, and respect, proving that wisdom, humility, and experience build more than structures. They build character.